Galnet News Digest, 27th of October 3306. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, Neo-Marlinists attack while Marlinists flee. Thargoids gone for good. Expanding sideways. Watching the Stones. Neo-Marlinists attack while Marlinists flee. Following the start of the clampdown on Marlinists in the Empire, hundreds of thousands of refugees are reported to have fled to federal space. None at all have arrived in the Alliance so far, but Prime Minister Edmund Mahon remains hopeful that some may head his way soon. Far from being happy that all these Republican troublemakers have left the Empire, the Imperial Internal Security Service has asked the Federation to send them all back. Something that President Zachary Hudson would have been happy to comply with had his proposal not been rejected by Congress. The Federation has now committed to housing and feeding all the refugees, but it's looking like delays in mobilising supplies may result in famine, disease or insurrection in at least some of the systems that are attempting to host the refugees. LTT 1935 and HIP 36081 seem to be most at risk of suffering infrastructure failure. President Hudson suffered the defeat, at least partly because of a falling approval rating after he failed to condemn close friend Admiral Vincent over the sabotage of Starship One. Were an election due this year, there is little doubt that Hudson would lose, and the Liberal Party, led by Jasmina Halsey, would be restored to power. Meanwhile, the Neo-Marlinist terror group, the NMLA, has committed another atrocity, attempting to kill Hadrian Jansen, the grandson of Emperor Hengist. Jansen, who now calls himself Hadrian Duval and leads a political organisation known as Nova Imperium, is an enemy of the current emperor, having attempted to depose her towards the end of 3304. Hadrian is believed to be in a critical but stable condition. It's unclear at this stage whether Senator Denton Petraeus, who is waging the war against the Marlinists in general and Neo-Marlinists in particular, will welcome this assassination attempt. A number of Imperial systems remain in lockdown while the IISS investigates. Thargoids gone for good. The highly effective Alliance repulsion of Thargoids from the Witchhead Nebula may mean that we've seen the last of the aliens. The Alliance Expeditionary Pact is confident that all the systems in the Witchhead sector have been secured, and the technology broker at Bray Landing in Yuanjia has continued selling technology at a discount, possibly because he feels that anti-Thargoid weapons won't be much good, now that the Thargoids will never be seen again. The battle was a last hurrah for the Anti-Xeno Initiative, who can now safely shut down operations and return to base. Expanding sideways. The Horizons permit has finally been granted to all commanders, making planetary landings on airless planets, driving in SRVs, visiting Guardian sites, and the whole multi-crew and HoloMe thing available to everyone. To celebrate the granting of the Universal Permit, the Pilots Federation asked the Brewer Corporation to turn off the code that allows fleet carriers to jump for a couple of hours today, to encourage commanders to get out and visit some planets. For now, the option to launch without the ability to land on planets remains, but with a massive maintenance update due on Thursday, some of these loose ends may well be tidied up. So, if you want to be denied permission to land on airless planets, take your chance while you still have the option. Watching the Stones. The galaxy has gone crazy about a teaser message that's been leaking out little by little, taking the form of a grid of binary characters. It remains incomplete, but it seems to be talking about someone who keeps watching the Stones. And it may be something to do with a picture of a planet in LAWD 26, where there's an Acellus starport called Stones Legacy. In unrelated news, the Pilots Federation has released a selection of limited-time bobbleheads and cockpit light strings to appeal to commanders who are Satanists. And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we read the news so you don't have to.